It's crazy to me that after all this time, the TikTok ban is finally happening. Like, it feels like it's been talked about for so long that a lot of the emotion is kind of just like drawn out of it for me. Like, I'm a content creator. I make money through my socials. Like, it is a form of income. I'm running a business, and yet I'm weirdly detached from the results of the TikTok ban. Probably because TikTok for a while hasn't been like a big revenue generating thing for me. But it's weird because TikTok has also been one of the places of some of my biggest moments. Like, as a creator, when I feel like I'm making an impact, it feels like TikTok has been one of the places where I've been able to actually like be a voice in a space, or like connect with people in a way that some of the other platforms just don't allow for, or I'm just not on those platforms in a way that I'm able to make that kind of impact. Like when I got my vasectomy and Roe v. Wade was being overturned, and I was talking about like, hey, like I was able to get my vasectomy largely because I talked to other men who had had vasectomies and got like courage from them, in the sense of like, hey, it's not as bad as it seems. Because it's kind of a scary prospect that like, hey, you know your nads? What if we just snipped them real quick? And it's like, it's actually not painful at all. Like, it's very chill, potentially reversible. Best not to think of it that way. But for me, it was like 10, 15 minutes, very chill. And I made that video on TikTok. It went very viral, a lot of news coverage. And I was able to actually, it felt like, push the conversation in a way and like make a meaningful impact. Like kind of be a voice in a place where it didn't feel like there was a voice. But that platform is going away. Like, that's wild to me. It feels like a digital version of burn the books, you know? Because historically, books were where you carried thoughts. Books were where you carried thoughts and emotions, and you were able to communicate to people outside of your literal physical space, right? And now that has become the internet. Like, the internet is the single largest repository of human information ever created. And TikTok was one of the largest platforms in democratizing that information and allowing for that connection. It's funny, I didn't actually start this video expecting it to be like a full, just me talking about it, but it's like, it feels really weird. Because the rhetoric around getting rid of it is engaging in like an interesting doublespeak, where it's like, hey, we're doing this for your good because your data is being stolen, but we'll go ahead and ignore you if you want to give some of this stuff up and communicate on these platforms and on some of the other platforms that are stealing the exact same amount of data, the exact same data, or honestly, frankly, even more data. We're not going to worry about it. And it's layered in an uncomfortable amount of xenophobic language. That's just, it's bad. Ooh, I love a good crochet. This man is killing it. One of my single favorite pieces that I own is this, like, it's this knit PacSun thing. It's a crochet vest. I got it off of Depop. It's fantastic. It's like, it's classy enough to where I can wear it out on like in nicer settings, but it's also like slutty enough to where it actually fits my style, and I'm like, ooh, I feel cool with it, you know? But it's also, it's like a cut tank in a way that it's like I can use it in warm weather, and I can also wear my little bracelet, my like Grecian bicep bracelet with it, and kind of pop the guns out, you know, because Texas, open carry. But I'm a fiend for a good texture, and crochet just adds that texture in a really natural way, and you can weave patterns into it too in a way that don't look cheap in the same way that that's something like screen printing normally does, you know? It's actually in the fabric. That's part of what I love about embroidery too, is like you can add a pattern with embroidery and it is the fabric. Crochet does make things a little bit more breezy, but hose don't get cold, so a crochet wearer will be fine. There's also like a weird nostalgia thing. Nostalgia's not weird, I don't know why I said weird. There is a nostalgia aspect to it for me. My grandma used to crochet a lot, and she made all of us, my brothers and myself, crocheted blankets for just when we were kids. And I still have mine from when I was an infant. So there's like a nostalgic element to a good crochet too, where I'm like, oh, this feels very, very familial, very, very close to home, very warm. Okay. Dude, I want to know how they edit this. That's just a good fit. I got nothing. Love this. Because they're looking at the details, you know? If you're a pro. Well, howdy, how's it going? I've been getting into this anime series. It's like The Witch and the Beast, something like that, where it's about these characters that are basically like witch hunters. Super dope. Anyway, let's see what the video has in store. Yo, giving, oh, what's her name? Coco Rocha? That is super real. I used to model a lot more, and high key, my background in dance was actually super helpful for modeling because I was like, all right, whatever, I don't give a shit. I'll get into weird like contortions and poses and stuff. It's pretty natural just for dance and whatnot. And it made for really interesting photos.
Styling my fave pair of jeans.
Dude, ASOS makes some banger jeans.
For daytime,
Also, the rivets
cardigan
are
or
super
sweater.
dope.
And for nighttime, a black
I've
blouse
always
with
thought that
interesting
like
texture.
that
For day,
layer
add some
there
sneakers
on
that
top
are
on the
neutral or
legs
match the
that like goes
cardigan.
over the
And for
knees.
nighttime, we're going all out
It looks like a
in
really
your favorite pair of
cool.
heels.
Oh,
Upgrading
she got the
daytime
boots
look
going.
with a
Okay.
scarf. And
But it
for
always looks like
nighttime,
really cool
with
knee
some
pads, like
haircut
almost
too,
kind of
to make
armor
it more
inspired.
sophisticated. Adding
fuck
some
with it.
sunnies for day and a big ass coat for nighttime since it's freaking cold. A bag with a pop of color for day. And
Big
an
fan of
all-black
everything
bag
except the
for
fur,
night. And
honestly.
we're ready to go.
But the rest of it's
Thank
a
you for
vibe.
watching. Bye.
Strong out the gate? Those have got to be so warm. Wait, so she has to be making these. Not gonna lie, the whole video, a vibe. I like adding interesting textures. I don't know about the combining of the fabrics. That sounds like a bit of a fabric purist stance to take. That's okay. Let me retract that. That's some like Twitter shit that gets dragged up when like 10 years later you're like, sorry, I didn't mean to discriminate against different kinds of fabrics. But no, it makes for an interesting vibe. I don't know the situation in which you would wear it zipped up. But hey, you know what? It's cool. I do, however, like the combination of the colors, especially in the wavy patterns. That's a vibe. I have a crunch time for me right now just because I got assigned a big ass spreadsheet to knock out, and my boss was like, hey, need this done by Tuesday. And then I have a coding interview on Monday. And this weekend is all Tay's birthday stuff, which is exciting, but it's all like happening right now. Dude, she looks fantastic. That's what I'm saying about ties. Bro, I'm not a tie guy. Like, I think it's probably just because of my old school. I'm like, I still have that rebellion about me. But then I see people like her rocking a tie with the outfit, also the pantsuit that looks like a dress from one angle, but then you realize it's pants. That's a vibe. I want some of those fuckers. But like, I should need to up my tie game, that's what it is. Maybe I'm just like low-key afraid of being strangled. Like I'm weird about neck stuff. Tay's convinced I was either hanged or decapitated in my previous life. I don't know what that says about me. Speaking of getting decapitated, very Marie Antoinette, look at you. Where's the cake when you need it? Although I'll bet that dress probably makes it pop, if I'm being honest. Okay, go off. Dude, the transitions are so clean. Also, the red pants. You know what I realized about myself is if you're wearing a pair of nicely fitting red pants, I'm probably gonna like the whole fit, if we're being honest. Like, that's maybe a problem, but also, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. At least I know how to make myself happy.
I'm planning to style this whole
Dude, this is giving the scene in Harry Potter when they're in the train vault when like Harry's about to die and Dumbledore's there with him.
Thinking of tugging the quarterzip in.
And they find a little
From where
Voldemort under the
so that
bench.
my upper and lower portion are divided
I think it's just because
then
it's
we're
like very
going
bright
for
and
the straight
angelic and like
loafers
soft,
going to the
diffused
silver chain
light.
DW watch.
This man knows what he's
Trying
doing with a
this
camera and some lighting
I know
equipment.
the fit is a little wide
And
at the shoulders
beige,
and leg, but
apparently.
This is exactly what I was looking for. Well, the fragrance of the day is Bulgari Man. You could be a little surprised, but
What did he
I'm
say
going
was the
for this
fragrance?
fisherman beanie, which is
I
cool.
cannot wear
When you're
beanies without them
going
making my
for
head
this
itch.
crossbody bag.
Don't know
Well,
why.
I
Hats are
absolutely
great,
love the fit.
but that's a
This
great
crossbody
shot. Look
bag,
at that's
this
beautiful,
oversized
dude. How'd you
blazer,
do
and the
that?
entire beige fit. I think this isn't looking bad either. You let me know in the
No,
comments,
you're
and I'm
killing
gonna
it.
see you in the next one. Cheers.
Go you. It's getting here towards the end of the natural work day, and I don't know. I need to pick me up. I'm excited to go to the gym. I'm gonna hit the gym in like 20 minutes. But let's hit this next video first.
Books this time conceal a handbag
Bro,
called
ads
to represent the
were
works
both
of
so
Shakespeare.
different.
Covered in Morocco leather with hide strap, this bag may soon
Like
be
the
used
vibe
to
of the
impress
ads was so
quite a few
different than
young
ads today. And also, we still be making goofy. Bro, I love goofy shit like this. I'm so glad that they made stuff like this like back in the day, you know, because like now we have the internet. And the internet, it's a silly, goofy place where people do silly, goofy things and say, honestly, probably mostly inflammatory things, but to somebody, but someone else finds it fucking funny. But back in the day, you know, like cars were just recently made like popular. The interstate system was made during World War II, you know, so like literally within the lifetime of the people who were making this video. Where before that, you just didn't travel like 25 miles outside of where you grew up ever, you know. For them to be like, yeah, I'm kind of bored with the way that we're doing fashion. Let's make some books and shit. Like book bag? What if we made it a book bag? Like that's amazing. Like imagine being a memer in the 1950s. Yeah. Agreed. I have like 2 or 3 knit vests that I use, especially during the summer months. You can layer them so easily. Dude, doing these videos is so much more difficult when it's gloomy outside. I got nothing to give right now. And I slept a lot this morning. Like this morning I was like, I'm gonna catch up on my sleep. I wanna be excited and full of energy and like have the excitement of a kid. If there's no sun, bruh, I got nothing. I'm running on fumes. But I could get an accessory ladder. And that might make me smile. I would like that. I need more ties. Dude, I went to a private school, right, when I was younger, and I like to joke that it was like a cult light, like a light, like the free version of the cult, you know? And we had these uniforms, right? So I had to wear, what was it? It was like every day except Friday, it was one kind of uniform. And then on Fridays, we had to wear our like button-ups and ties and khakis and stuff. And then we had to go around and knock on people's doors and ask for money. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't have to do that, thank God. But I remember, like, I went through a period where especially after I left, because I went to a public high school, where dress code was just don't, like, break any laws. Like, don't overly reveal yourself, which is, like, it's a good rule, generally, you know? And I was like, what I'm wearing, I'm just gonna wear athletic clothes, because I was just tired of wearing, like, dress clothes constantly, you know? I have never gotten back into ties. Everything else, I'm about it. Even doing my hair, like I remember when I was in like 5th and 6th grade, my dad would comb my hair and I would pretend to put gel in it so that when I got to school, I could like shake it out and mess it up because I was like, I'm a rebel. Oh my God, I was such a straight arrow that where I was like, oh, messing up my hair is like, that was rebellion. Ugh. I just don't feel like I see people like rocking ties, but when I do, I'm like, I kind of get it. That could be me. Ooh. Some repaired jeans. Did he load his shoes, his loafers? I with a good tote. That's just a solid, classy, going out for the day, like styled fit. Like that's solid, my guy. That's like, if I was into baseball, that's what I imagine I would wear to a ball game. I have been in our relationship with my partner for over 6 years now, and I unironically believe that the most important thing to the success of your relationship is how well you fight. Not that like bop bop, you know, not like how quick you hit the mat and bounce back up, but like how you can disagree with things and then come back together and resolve them. Because disagreements just are gonna happen. You're different people, and especially if you have some kind of like random busy life, you know, like they just are gonna happen. But I have a friend who he just recently went through like there's that honeymoon phase where you're like, oh my God, everything's so new, and you get like you're just having the best fucking time. And then the problems come up and you're like, oh shit, this is real now, you know? And he's in the thick of it. And I'm like, you gotta stick it out, you know? Because he's with someone who like, she's willing to work through it, you know? They're able to come together and actually resolve shit. And I'm like, that is the best quality. Like that is the most important fucking quality. Happy for him.
Here are my fall winter pickups from Zara. knitwear edition. First up
Nice.
is this furry green cardigan. Going with this green cardigan with making
I do
three
love a
different
good knit.
colors,
I'm wearing a
with also one
little
more component,
denim
which is
top
this cap.
action here.
And this is how it
But
looks.
I'm a sweater
There's
guy
a lot
at
of
heart.
different colors going on with this brown pants.
I think it's because I was raised on
these
Mr.
leather
Rogers.
loafers,
All right, Scooby, or
this
fucking
cardigan,
Shaggy,
white
let's
vest,
go.
and the black cap.
Pop off with the
Let me
mystery
know how you
gang.
like this one.
That's that
Then we
Shrek
have this
colorway.
merino one.
Oh,
If you
that's
have told me
that
somebody's
Shrek
gonna wear a
colorway.
green sweater
That's
with
some
red pants and
like
all
get
that
out me
bag,
swamp type
I
shit.
cannot even imagine. But somehow
Some,
this
like,
combination
donkey.
is good to me. Let me know how you like it. Then we have the shawl collar cardigan. It's a bit
Yeah, I got nothing on this
oversized
one.
to
It's
me,
just
so
a good
that's why I
sweater.
thought of untugging it. As compared to the other two looks, I wanted to keep this one a
Ooh,
little subtle, so went
snatched.
with all
I
black.
see you.
And
Very
the shawl
professory.
collar. So let me know which one was your pick among the three.
The last
I'm
one,
gonna see
honestly.
the next one.
We have a wildly sexist cat. She's right here. This is Hera. She only loves men. If you don't got that fishing tackle, it raises her hackles, dude. She's a pussy that is not about the pussy. Hera is not a girl's girl, but that's all right. She's a cat. We fucking love her anyway.
A whole outfit on a pair of pants? Wait, what?
I mean, enough said. I'm sold. I'd wear the shit out of that. Are you kidding me? The tie? But the real question is that a real tie? Or is that some clip-on shit, my boy? I mean, either way, it's fantastic. Dude, yes, honestly, that's me. If I'm not getting dressed in the morning, I'm depressed. It's quite a stack. Let's see. That's clean. Okay. The green pants. I need some of those. Just like some oversized, like slightly baggy. I also don't really, I don't know. I don't with ties. Like I went to a private school where they were like, hey, you know what would be super great is if we removed any kind of individuality from you so that you just had to kind of generally conform and believe this thing that we're trying to shove down your throats. And we were like, okay, guys. And our parents were like, that sounds like a great idea. Why don't you just whip them up into shape? Anyway, we had to wear ties. And since then, it's felt a little bit more like tying a noose around my neck than it has like wearing something nice. I think that's actually where ties started. Like that was actually the original concept. Yeah, as it turns out, they were basically just scarves that then turned into like neckties, and we just kind of, I just believe everything apparently, with absolutely no filter for what is reasonable. Oh, the red hat with the jacket, bro. Yeah, Thursday's killing it. Like Thursday could straight up just go directly into my wardrobe. Like I could walk in and steal this man's clothing right off his back, and it would fit on mine. And he would probably be pretty upset because he'd be naked or whatever. But if I say please, it makes it okay. Friday's cool too. Hello. Okay. Yo. Okay, here's the thing. I love a statement piece. And while I may never find myself interested in wearing this one in particular, the amount of just like, it just oozes confidence, and also it kind of gives like Joan of Arc plus Satan a little bit. Like it's a weird mix of things because it's like it's got the chainmail and it's also got like the white purity vibes, but then it's also got the horns. Like it's a vibe. Like did she make this? Cause that's cool. Yeah.